Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No, I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of-
The reason they're asking her this is because you are in charge of the law, of upholding the law in the Supreme Court. If you can't define what a woman is, how can you protect the rights of one?
Oh, damn.
But that's why
That's a good one,
that's
yes.
why she's asking this question, and
Yes.
it's so obvious to us because look, we do this every day.
Yeah.
That's why it's important. It's not a stupid question to ask at this point in the world.
I would not assign body parts as, female or male.
The thing she doesn't understand is that your personality is between your ears, your gender is between your legs. Like it doesn't matter what you have between your legs. It doesn't define who you are. No, your gender doesn't define who you are. You have a personality. Well, most people do. Maybe she doesn't.
These people don't.
No.
That's the whole point. That's why they're making up all these genders.
I identify as non-binary. I'm in a lesbian, a sapphic relationship.
She almost said lesbian relationship. And then she's like, I can't say that because I'm not.
What was the other word? Saph?
Sapphic means female to female.
So lesbian.
So lesbian.
I could care less about sports.
But you didn't train for sports, and these women did. I mean, just put yourself in their shoes.
But I wouldn't want to put myself in a cis woman's shoes.
You are a cis woman.
Please tell me I'm not the only one that thought I could only date cis het men. Because let me tell you what, recently I dated a trans person and it was the most amazing experience of my life. They were wonderful, kind-hearted, sweet, loving, all of the things. All of the things. It didn't work out for other reasons. They're an amazing person. We are still very connected and as really good friends. It was the best experience I've had and they were the kindest, gentlest person that I've ever known and that I've ever hung out with.
I want to stop there because she says, this is just a small detail, but it didn't work out.
Yeah,
like, it's
for other reasons. For other reasons. Just before anybody gets confused. So it wasn't that. It wasn't because they were trans. It's like, girl.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
I think she only tried it so she seems more progressive and tolerant, but I don't think she was actually attracted to the person. So that's why she said, oh, it's because of other reasons we broke up. You were experimenting. That would be fine for me if you were open about it, right?
Just go out with your trans person and
in private.
And just do that. Why do you have to get on TikTok? The reason why is because the point you're making is I can't date cis het people. They're so awful. That's the reason you're making the TikTok. I'm better because I went and they were all these wonderful things. They were actually the perfect person, weren't they? According to her, oh, with a perfect person, but it didn't work out
For other reasons.
For other reasons.
Bake bubble tea with me while I tell you about the first ever gay date I went on and the absolute show that it was. I was at a point in my transition where I kind of semi-passed, so gay guys weren't really that into me, but 1 in a million were. And Papa needed that validation. He took whatever he could get.
That's a woman.
That's a woman.
That's a woman. I'm so sorry, darling, but if you want to be trans, you need to do a little bit more.
You do. It wasn't a gay man you were out with. You went out
right. It was maybe a bisexual person, but who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
If the guy wanted to go out with you, that's fine. Just go out with him. But
get that D.
Well,
we all need it sometimes.
Through the app, I started talking to this guy that was kind of cute. When we were buying food is when the first massive red flag happened. We take our food to the self-checkout, and this man looks me dead in the eyes and says, "You're the more masculine one of us, so you pay."
She's the more masculine one. I wonder what that guy was like.
A woman who looked like a Barbie?
She's trying to be a trans man, right?
Yeah.
And she got upset that the man she was out with said that she was the more masculine one. Isn't that supposed to affirm them? Isn't that?
Wow, that's a good
why
point.
did she get mad about that? Why was that upsetting to her? Maybe
That's
because she wants to be a woman out with a man, which is what she is.
Or maybe she wants to be affirmed as a guy, but she doesn't want to pay.
She doesn't want to pay. Oh, is that what that was about? I missed that. It was about paying.
Yes.
Oh.
So you have to call her he, him, but when the check comes, she's a girl, she doesn't have to pay. I think that's her way of thinking. It's very convenient.
I was dating Ben as a gay trans man.
Really difficult to navigate when to disclose that I was trans. I was one of the only black gay trans men out there. So do you have a dick in the closet? And so there was a lot of letdowns and things of that nature. Now it's a lot of, I want you to have my baby. A lot of cisgender gay men will entertain a trans man, but never truly take them seriously, and always still secretly want cisgender men in the background. It's kind of like they want us as their like side.
If you don't want somebody to treat you as their side piece, then don't let anybody treat you as their side piece.
He transitioned into a guy, but secretly wants to be treated as a girl still in some ways, and you cannot have it both ways. I get it.
Right.
He was raised as a girl, so was I.
But then don't like be surprised if you want to be like a gay man that you're gonna get into that insufferable community. Trust me, I know how insufferable it is. I know. I feel you. But what did you think you were getting?
You're not special.
Yeah, you're not special. You want to be a gay man?
And it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Real trans people don't want to receive special treatment. You're
Also-
literally being affirmed on the highest level.
Right. Like you're being treated like the other gay dudes who are going and sleeping around with everybody else. Congratulations, you pass.
There are many men, especially, who don't know a lot about trans men. We've always heard about trans women.
Right.
I have received very weird messages throughout the years from men, but I don't make fun of them. I try to be as open as possible and to answer and to see where they're coming from.
Right. It's somebody that you're entertaining the idea that you might sleep with them. I mean, if you're going to go in the bedroom, maybe somebody has a few questions. You know what I mean?
Jamie Lee Curtis is scared, and you should be too. And Jamie Lee Curtis has a voice, and she's trying to use it, and you should too. And that's how we change things, is we think about them, we learn about them, and then we use our voices to bring attention to them and to fight against them.
Why is it terrifying?
Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. Where's the extermination happening?
Where does it happen?
We have the affirming care, right, for kids. We have, I don't know, gender neutral bathrooms. Like, can she please give an example of this extermination? Please. I don't know. What is she talking about?
But it is terrifying if you believe in it.
It is, of course, for her. I don't know if she's just virtue signaling, though. She's trying to get sympathy, but...
Right.
I don't
But
know. She's
I mean,
actually going through the world, seeing all these trans flags and pride flags and saying, oh my god, extermination.
oh, so this is her meeting a fan, I guess, and I just... The level of cringe, I can't handle it.
Is that the Black Lives Matter thing?
Yeah,
With
but
the
like,
fist-
maybe
the
that's
trans?
black trans women.
Oh, black trans women matter.
Yeah.
So that black trans woman that went to hug Jamie Lee Curtis, obviously, that's why it really like resonated with that person, right?
So something that we've done many times behind the camera is playing the pronoun game.
What's the pronoun game, Marcus?
It's where we guess people's pronouns.
So I have like people from dating apps, and you're gonna have to guess their pronouns.
How am I supposed to guess that? Was that the hard one you said?
No.
That's not even the hard one?
No.
Okay, so it's a woman, I think. Oh.
I love how you zoom in into the crotch. Stop.
No, I didn't.
Do they have a dick? Lots of tattoos.
Yes.
It's giving.
Again,
It's giving.
trans joy.
It's giving trans joy Aquarius vibes.
Is that the same person?
Same person. Also, the reason I put this
The
in
dog
here.
is so ugly.
The dog is ugly, and it kind of looks like. You know how they say dogs look like their owners.
It's true. No, it's
I'm
not
not
true because
saying-
the dog is more happy than she
The
is.
dog is happy.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a wild guess. I think she thinks she's a trans guy. Like a trans man.
A trans
Trans mask.
What does she say? I forget. Queer, non-binary, demisexual, pansexual. Match me for my dog.
They, them.
Close?
Wait, can I have a second guess?
Yes. that is-
She, they.
Yes.
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 So we talked off camera. It's about the hair, the length of the hair.
Yeah.
She
in
has
a way.
short hair, but she's not bald, so she's not a they, them.
Right.
But she has a
little short. She's got half and half.
So the longer the hair is, the more woman you are. These people think so stereotypical.
It's true.
That is probably a trans guy. Sometimes I can tell, even though they pass 100%. So, like, don't get offended. I mean,
Right.
I just think it's cool. I sometimes can tell.
Yeah. Just like I can tell if somebody's a lesbian, even if they're femme.
Exactly.
Yeah. The energy or something. I don't know what it is, but
I'm gonna go with he, they.
I think you're right. He, they! I can't believe you got that. How did you know?
Oh my god. It's the glasses. And it's the tank top.
The tank top?
Yes, the
I wear
tank top
tank
with the...
tops. I'm just kidding.
That's a lesbian. That's a butch lesbian,
Butch lesbian? Yeah.
100%.
Butch lesbian!
You don't hate trans people because they're trans. I know this because you say you hate trans people, but you uplift people like Buck Angel and Blair White. You do this because you like trans people who see their transness as a deficit or something that makes them other. And if a trans person hates themselves on some level, you feel that they are allowed to pursue this part of themselves.
What?
Because at least they have a healthy sense of shame for being who they are.
Somebody likes to hear themselves talk. Number one, like blah, 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 blah. None of it made sense. It literally was like a circular. Do you know what circular reasoning is? It's when people just go around and around in a circle, but it doesn't make none of it makes any sense.
She's talking but not making sense.
And also, don't talk about me, lady. Like, first off, I'm an old transsexual who probably did this before you were born.
Yeah.
So you don't get to use me as some kind of gotcha moment. I did do this actual thing.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very okay in my space. But for these people who are acting as if they're trans, like, inclusive or positive, yet they always say crap about me and Blair.
Yep.
That is disrespectful and on some level transphobic.
So I think what she's trying to say is there are some people who usually hate trans people, but they don't hate the trans people who hate themselves, and then mentioning
Oh, so
you
I
and
hate
Blair.
myself. Yeah,
Yes.
that's obvious.
She knows that better than you, apparently.
That's so obvious. I hate. What are you talking about?
You hate us because we have the audacity to live differently, knowing that people will not like us, and we do it anyway. You hate it when other people support us because that is not how difference should be treated.
Who's we?
To you, difference should be met with fear, hatred, and anger. When you see someone different, you no longer see them as human. You say, what do I call it? This thing does not deserve to live.
That's not true. Nobody says that. No. Only you said that also. And the fact being that she's we. So she's somehow thinking she's speaking for trans people.
No
Very
one is saying
bizarre.
that we should not be alive anymore just because we're trans.
Nobody says that. Nobody. They say, some people say, I don't get it. Right? And I don't believe in it.
Isn't
And
that
I'm
fine?
actually okay with that. I don't expect somebody to take on a belief
Why should
system.
we care? I thought we should just live our authentic
But
lives.
dude, I've proved it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm like the oldest on the block. I've literally been walking the world as a trans person for 30 years, and I haven't had a problem.
Yeah.
So I proved that that's not true. I wouldn't be alive for 30 years as a trans person if everybody hated us and nobody wanted us to be here.
Dylan, I know you live in California, all the way across the country from me in coastal Virginia. I would love to make plans to take you out to dinner.
Dylan does dating!
No!
Brandon, I would be honored to go to dinner with you. Your whole video made me so happy. I can't promise that I'm gonna kiss ya, and I don't have any plans to go to the East Coast right this second, but we will make it happen.
No, you will not. No, you will not. Not in a million years.
Why does he say kiss him? Like he's a 14-year-old girl, or maybe even 12. I don't know.
It's day 227 of girlhood.
Right.
I will bet you anything. This lives in LA. It's got, wiping his ass with $100 bills. Money coming out of every orifice.
9 million followers, yeah.
He is banging like every hot guy in LA. There's no way he's going out with Mountain Man Rabbi. But I knew, because he is a phony, that he was going to bullshit this guy and be like, oh, yes, we'll totally. Of course I'll go out with you.
I can't wait to go to dinner. It's gonna be great. And if anyone wants a little context, Brandon originally made a video that was like, okay, I'm attracted to Dylan Mulvaney, but I'm a gay man. What does that mean?
It means you're a gay man! His whole thing is false hope. His whole thing is like how nice he is. And it's always those people who make a big showing how nice they are that are like the biggest snakes of all. No, I think he's probably like...
Oh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh my god. But he's a Disney princess.
Oh, yes.
Oh. They're virgins. They don't have genitals.
Redefining their sexuality a little bit. I loved the video because it normalized being attracted to trans people publicly. We trans people, we deserve dinner. We want to go see a Broadway show. And I'm on these dating apps and a lot of cute people want this.
A lot of cute people want this.
Oh my god, he's not trans.
Same, that's my problem. My whole life, I see transgender people as the gender that they, identify as. So, and I have no problem with that. With people like this, with Dylan, I can't, even if I try to, the word she does not come out of my mouth, because we know that's the thing. These people, this cult, they're trying to get us to replace instinct with ideology. They're trying to make us not believe what we see and what we feel and what we know to be true. Because we're looking at this bitch.
Right. Dylan does dating! And here are my hard musts when it comes to dating. So on OkCupid, they ask you a ton of great and interesting questions to get to the heart of who you are and what you're looking for. And first up, is it important to practice self-love?
No. Practice self-respect.
Right.
These people
There's a
love
difference.
yourself, love yourself, love yourself. You will never hear them say respect yourself.
No. And it always means the opposite, like, just like the body positivity movement, it's about accepting that you're overweight and unhealthy. That's not self-love, that's not positive or anything. So it's kind of the same thing.
No, that's what this is too. It's like we cannot love everything about ourselves. Like, should I have loved about myself that I would smoke a pack of cigarettes a day?
No, and you should change that.
Thanks to OkCupid. I feel it. It's coming. Any day now. All right, love ya.
Oh, that face! Can you imagine?
That mouth. He's
Can
like
you-
flexing the width of his mouth. That's creepy. I don't know why.
That's what he does, you know, at his orgies in his mansion in LA.
Oh my god, I
With
have
male
a total different
prostitutes.
picture of him. But
No, I feel like he's got like male prostitutes licking whipped cream off his toes.
yeah, I just imagine what he's like when he turns off the cameras. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You think he's the same?
No, he can't be.
I respect him if this is all an act because he's making money off
He's
it.
a good actor.
He's
Well,
9 million followers on TikTok.
There's
Respect the
some
hustle.
gullible ass people out there.
No, I don't respect him at all. That's don't get me wrong. I think he's very dangerous. He's normalized.
No, but you can appreciate like a con artist. I just have an image that like when I did a video where I did an impression of him and showed like what happens when he thinks the camera's off and his voice drops and it's like I just have
like
a
a
picture.
real man?
Yeah, I just have a picture of him as soon as the camera turns off. He's like super butch and like
Maybe
ordering
he's a
people
top.
around. Ew, I don't want a picture of
You started
I
with the
can't.
toes.
It's like the coolest thing to be trans. Like I would never want someone to think I was cis. You know? Why? We get to be this.
They actually said it. They said it's cool to be trans. I keep telling you all, you're choosing this identity because it's cool. You said it. You literally, oh God, you said it right there.
Yeah.
Shame on you. This is what the world is seeing. They think that you could just choose it and it's cooler than being cis. Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you. The whole point of my transition was so that I could look like a cisgender person. It's the whole reason I transitioned, to look and walk the world this way. So I don't know what you people are doing with this it's cool to be trans stuff, but you just made my point. You're choosing it. You're choosing it as an identity. I'm not choosing this. I have an actual mental disorder that I never chose. I don't want it. I want to be a dude like every other born dude out there, but I had to fix myself to look that way. So that's the difference between me and you. I don't think this is cool. You kind of do.
And it's funny how they say that we're self-hating. She's literally saying, I don't want to be seen as cis, which you are.
That's what you are. Which you are.
That's self-hating.
That's 100% self-hating. And
Yeah.
no one is acknowledging that. They're
It's
just
sad.
pumping this. It is sad. It's actually very sad. These kids are lost. And they're being sucked into some kind of ideology that's making them really mentally up. You know, because they use these platforms to just be mean and angry about everybody.
And she has a lot of fans and a lot of young people who look up to her.
See?
And
There
she's
you
talking
go.
about hating being cis.
That's right. And then hate cis people, whatever that even means. Why do you hate anybody? Why do you even hate anybody? That should not even be the reason when you're transitioning. You should be transitioning because for many other reasons. But that being said, why do you hate? Why do you hate cis people? Cis people are the reason why we get surgeries, why we get hormones.
It's our parents.
It's our parents, our sisters, our brothers. Your family is full of cis people. So what you're telling me when you say stuff like that is you hate everybody. Because the world is cis, my friend. That means you hate everybody. I think that you need some therapy and then figure out what's going on with you before you move forward in your transition.
She looks unhappy when she's talking about that.
Yeah.
She looks really unhappy.
Yeah.
And I feel bad.
This idea that trans people need trans rights. What rights don't you have? I would really love to know what rights you don't have. Because I could tell you 30 years ago, You wouldn't even believe what I had to go through to get where I'm at today. And not that I want in any way, shape, or form to feel sorry for me or to have. I need you to understand the privilege you're in today.
Yeah.
And when you don't look at your history and you don't understand your history and you only attack young people because they're not on board with you, you're not part of this community. You are part of the hate that is created out there towards us.
Exactly. Yeah, we are very privileged.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful to be in a country where I could live freely as a trans man.
That's right. See, that's gratitude. This guy actually really understand where he's at and what he has the opportunity to do in 2022. You know, even 10 years ago, you couldn't do what you could do.